Good afternoon, my people. Happy new week. Welcome to today's stream. I hope you had a great weekend. We are wrapping up the GWR HST. Yeah, GWR HST farewell pack. We've only got a few more runs to do, and then I think we'll get on to. Was it the 147? I think it's the 147. I'll double check. And then, yeah, get cracking on there as well, which I don't think should take too long, as we've done probably the majority of runs there, if I remember correctly. We're using the annotations mod and the weather. So we've got that active. Third rails on the bottom left, of course, so you can see our live location. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Nabil, welcome, bro. How are you doing? Hope you had a good weekend. What is the pack about? Now, you can't even ask that, man. You can't even ask that. The pack is very clear in what it's about, you know, and it's got more purpose than a lot of other packs, I think, so that we have in the game. So yeah. Of course, this pack spans between both the Great Western Express route and the Riviera Line route as well, so I'll be going back and forth after each run. You know what? I don't know if we'll be done today with this pack, actually. We'll see how we go on. I'm pretty sure I've got no more full runs to do on the Riviera Line, and the runs on here are all half an hour, so we'll see. I think it's 50-50 on whether we'll be finishing this today or not. I don't know why the throttle seems to go on. When it happened the first couple of times, I thought, okay, maybe I'm pressing it by accident, but I don't think I am anymore. I don't think I am pressing it. Right. I've got a little HUD thing going on. I don't think is connected at the moment. I'm gonna close that. Try and reopen it. You're asking, ironically, this training retired IRL. Yes. I believe 2019 was the final year of it. And this pack emulates that and the events. So you got the liveries, the special liveries that the train had around that time period. It reflects some of the events that took place during that time as well. It's a train that that's quite important in the UK train scene. So it's been honoured. Basically, it's been honoured. If it was still running, no way, bro. You didn't like put two and two together by the name. Farewell pack. No, I guess it could have been valid if the train was on its way out as well. But no, man, the last one was in 2019, and I say often that it kind of sucks for me because back then I wasn't like proper into trains, and I could have gone to Paddington at any point, you know, like anywhere than London is maximum 30-40 minutes away from another place in London, so it wouldn't have been a thing for me to like go and, you know, have a little go on these trains, or just to hang around the station and just like appreciate like the noise that it makes. And the smell. So yeah, I missed out just. Sorry, I didn't ignore your. You know, you sent me the trailer for the ship simulator or game. I didn't ignore that intentionally. I just, when he sent it, didn't have the time to watch it there and then. And like, there's been time to watch it. I've had time to watch it since then, but I've just forgotten. And then whenever I go on our chats, for one reason or another, it's not the time that I can watch it, and it's only when I go on the chats that I remember. So it's an interesting one. Send it again, or just reply to it so that it can pop up on Discord, and then I can check it. 'Cause I do want to check it out. I don't know what it is with these little. I say these little. I don't know what it is with like ship stuff and boat stuff that I'm attracted to or curious about. But yeah, I have it. I have it. I've never been interested like in reality in boats and stuff like that. I guess maybe it's just the simulation aspect of it. And yeah, you could say, oh, but what about Farm Simulator? If you just appreciate the simulation aspect. But like, I actually just find the idea very boring. Another game that was supposed to be released without Aerosoft. It was supposed to be released without Aerosoft. Okay. So I guess there's a chance that it's not going to be absolute dog crap. Or did Aerosoft get involved too early? I'm expecting it not to be as bad as like a proper Aerosoft title. At some point, I'm going to be eating during the stream, and you know I don't like having my camera on when I'm eating, so I'm going to turn it off because I have not eaten today yet, and I would like to. This is the rebranding of Nautic XP, which was going to release into early access as an indie game last year before the Aerosoft publishing deal. Okay. So it had indie roots, which is usually a good thing. Usually a good thing. What exactly is the definition of indie? Because from what I've seen over the years of games that have been called indie games, they're usually quirky, low graphic quality, just cute games. So whenever like a quote unquote proper game is released and it's called like an indie game, or it's been released by indie devs, it's always a bit weird to me. Hello, Mr. Toes, how you doing? I need to change the stream settings back to 60 FPS, I think. Well, no, maybe not. Maybe not, because some people struggle watching at 1080p, which is the only option available on Twitch. And I think maybe I need to get into contact about that with Twitch and see what they say. But they're probably gonna say, "Oh, I should try streaming directly to them as opposed to through a different method." I'm pretty sure they're gonna do that typical "our company first" thing, rather than actually try to be helpful. I forgot what I was saying before I jumped to that. Was I replying to something? I don't think so. I think I was just saying something, but it has gone. I was also having a conversation in my head at the same time, like a completely separate conversation. So I've mixed up the two. I had an assessment today to be for a train operator position. Well, train driver, but the TFL term is train operator. I would love to know, Nabil, how the process for that differentiates from the like German equivalent. But then I don't even know. Like the only thing I would really be able to compare it to would be the S-Bahn stuff. I don't know if it's possible that drivers there can only do S-Bahn if they're trained in that, or like they can do anything. Because if we're talking about the regional services, then it would be more like a national rail train operator, train operating company. That would be a better comparison. Sounds too fancy. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I just prefer train driver. Like, I know it sounds basic, but it's straight to the point. Train operator technically is still correct. They're still operating the train, but then you're also doing so as a driver. And I was having a look at so many other TOCs over the weekend to see if they have any vacancies. LNER, Avanti, Great Northern. I was even looking at Freightliner. I was looking at like Elizabeth Line, which is a little bit different to like the normal underground train. Basically everything that I could find I was looking into. ScotRail even. 0 vacancies. 0 across every single one of them. 0 vacancies. But I'm pretty sure they all call it train driver, like the position, as opposed to train operator. Anyway, like I said, it's correct. Like it doesn't like bug me in that way, because it is correct. And I guess it does sound fancy if we're telling somebody I'm a train operator. Maybe it sounds fancier than saying I'm a train driver. I think it does. S-Bahn as part of regional trains. Nothing separate. Interesting. I guess that's the thing there. Like, everything still roughly works the same. Whereas here, there are some differences. They're not big. But you got, like, for example, how on the underground, the speed limit is changed when the front of the train passes the sign, as opposed to waiting for the rear of the train to pass. Train pilot. See, now I mean, you know what? I think even train pilot could pass, no? Because a pilot isn't... When you're piloting... Actually, no. Is piloting only for aircraft? Can you say you're piloting a vehicle? I feel like there's a chance that it could actually, like, substitute in. You can type again. Why couldn't you type before, Hank? Or were you cutting up onions and peppers and mushrooms and stirring pots? Was that why you couldn't type? You're doing both. I think that's cool, man. Do you have a preference? I think it's very cool that you can do like both in one position. Well, I guess the funny thing is about the London Underground network is that the majority of train travel actually takes place above the ground. And the only line that I think is only underground in the entire time of it running is the Waterloo and City line, which would probably be my like bottom choice. Not that you really get to choose, but it would be my bottom choice. Everything else has like a substantial amount of time above ground. Ah, cutting chicken. I completely understand, man. I completely understand. The amount of like washing of my hands that I do when I'm dealing with chicken is too much. And then I get paranoid even after I wash my hands with everything that I touch. So I'll just like make an extra effort to wash everything that I've made contact with. Sorry, Nabil, what was that? What was that no to? I don't remember exactly what I was saying at the time. Time to make a new recipe. What is this the first time ever that you're making what you're making today, Hank? I love an experiment, mate. Nice. Care to share? It's time to nibble. So my camera's going off, but I'm still here. Cambodian stir-fried chicken. Okay. Okay. I have no idea what like Cambodian food in general is like. In terms of my experience with food, I've been quite well up until maybe 5 or so years ago. I was very not strict, but I wasn't very open-minded with like what I would eat or spend money on. But recently, okay, like for example, I mean, I've always loved Mexican food. Always loved Mexican food that like my mum would make when I was younger. But I never had the idea to go out and like eat, like actually go to a Mexican restaurant, for example, and eat the food there. Sushi, I only got into sushi because of my wife. And even like Chinese food in general, it took me a long time to try it out. Never looked back since though. Oh my god. So yeah, for someone who loves food, I have had quite an interesting history with it. Oh, you don't have a preference, right. Sorry. Mainly because the S-Bahn network isn't as extensive as in larger cities like Berlin, Munich, or Hamburg, where S-Bahn operations are more clearly separated from regional train services. Okay. So, will you be qualified to drive U-Bahn as well? Or is that something completely different? With ginger, spring onion, pepper, and coriander. Sounds banging, bro. Actually sounds amazing. Send us a pic on the Discord when it's done. Not related at all. Okay, fair enough. I suspected as much. And what is the other company, Nobel? I'm not gonna lie, bro. I thought it was all DB. Fifth Asian meal in 5 days. You can't go wrong, bro. You can't go wrong. Yep. Thank you. Thank you. The company you initially applied for was wow. I don't think you mentioned previously that it included you, Barn. I still think what you went with ultimately is the better choice. I'm not gonna lie, even knowing that. But it is cool to know that you could be doing like all of those options together. I don't know if you'd be able to do all of them together or if you could only choose like one. But it's nice to have the option. Bacon ginger smells amazing. Really, Hank? I won't lie to you, bro. I don't really rock with the smell of ginger. You know. I don't know if it's because I only really would smell it and consume it when I was ill or what. But oh man, like I'll be happy to consume it, but it's not my first choice. Even like stuff, like snacks that are like ginger flavored, not for me, man. Like I can eat them, but I'm not having the best time of my life doing so. You did many times, Nabil. My bad then, bro. No surprise there that I've said what I've said. Altogether, that's so sick, man. That's so sick. Again, even with that being the case, I still think you made the better decision. Firefighting Sim 3. I don't even remember what the games were like, the firefighting ones. I know there was that quite good one that came out like 3-4 years ago, if I'm not mistaken. But I don't know if that was them or a different developer. Either way, I'd be curious to have a look. Hello, Mark. How you doing, mate? Mate, welcome. How was your weekend? You notice in the Benelux reworking ETS cities are well done, but bro, literally a desert. Not a single pedestrian or cyclist. Do you think it could just be a beta thing? Oh, wait a second. There's often not many pedestrians though. Like you usually find them in particular areas, but you're not gonna come across them like you would in GTA. So is it possible that they're just on in like particular spots? Not doing too good on my weekend. It was terrible. Oh no, Mark. Sorry to hear that, mate. Hopefully, new week. Time to start afresh. Grab the opportunity by the horns, mate. It was very noticeable in the new areas. Yeah, fair enough. And I guess they were open as always, to see at least some life. And even there was nothing. The thing is, with these like new cities and expansions and just new content in general, seeing as that's never really been something strong, if I can say that, in ETS2 or even in ATS for that matter, it would have been nice to see a bit of an increase in like pedestrians and NPCs, because they do also play an important part with regards to immersion. Like the trucks are always going to be the priority and everything to do with them. But I think it would have been nice, like surely they don't take up that much processing power, for example. You're playing farming sim with a digger. Enjoy it, my man. Hello, Mr. ASR. How are you doing? Right, onto the Riviera line. There were some depot moves that we did on Friday, but I'm pretty sure there are some more. Should be able to get through them rather quickly. Facecam is off at the moment, Mark, while I have a bit of a nibble. I say a bit of a nibble. It's a full-on, well, it's a bit more than a nibble, and some dessert too. So once I'm done once I'm done with that, I will turn my camera back on. I haven't eaten all day. Was very hungry. So yeah, it was either stream for a bit without a face cam or delay the stream completely until I was done. Right, I'm sure this says the time that this takes place as opposed to how long it takes. Now, if it does take 7 hours and 6 minutes, and this one 13, I didn't even see this one, This one 13 hours and 24 minutes. Then that would be something. Check DMs. Let's do so. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Bro, is this... Are they stuck in like 20... What was it? Like 2010? When games used to do that kind of thing? That is the most unserious, serious thing I think I've ever seen in my life. What are these guys doing, man? Honestly. They probably spent more time working on that graphic than they did the entire game and physics and sounds of the vehicles. What a joke. Oh, barrier coach. Barrier coach vibes. Playing Simro ASR. How's it going, bro? How are the servers looking like these days, genuinely? Have they gone back to like pre-Impulse and Vodge release numbers, or have they stayed up a little bit? You've done all the journey mode stuff, Mark? Fair enough, mate. To be fair, I mean, it's very doable within like a couple days if you have the time. Which I'm kind of grateful for. It's not too short. It's not too long. There are some, like a bunch of, like odd, let's say, services. Usually, journey modes are so basic, man. No effort at all. Slightly above average. Okay, that's good. It's progress. Driving a cargo train in the slow line, so not much traffic anyway. Are you on the new timetable or the older one? No one's gonna report you after seeing that, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like, times have changed, man. No one really cares. It's not that deep. Okay, older timetable, fair enough. I'd be intrigued to try the new one, I think, when I next play. When I next play online. But I'm probably gonna end up just chilling on the older one until the new one is fully complete. Some people found on LinkedIn a bunch of DCG employees who worked on Retro Rivals. So what? What's meant to come from that? People can't mind their business. It's never that deep. Imagine being so, like, I don't know, feeling however you feel about a game, that you go digging around job sites looking for employee information. That's wild, man. Like they got fired. Well, I mean, yeah. The thing they were working on is no longer like coming into fruition. So I don't want to say necessarily fired. That's the wrong word. Don't say that. That's what's the word? Dramaticizing it. I think it's just simply they were let go. Oh, Hank, you can never have too much pepper, boss. Including Nat. Didn't Nat leave like 5-6 years ago? Is let go the same as fired? I don't think so. Fired is it? Fired is when you like you do something that you should not have done and you lose your job because of it. And let go is when you're just not needed anymore. I mean, you can blame them for it at the time, Nabil, but you can't really blame them like now as they have nothing to do with it. Like that's like their decision to make, whether to include those measures or not. I will need to do some research on that one, ASR. I'm not convinced. You could be right, but my understanding of it has always been what I described before. View app didn't care before. Yeah, but then they can also not care now. And it's quite ironic that it was DCG that opened their eyes to that. One of your family members are in hospital for the second time, Mark. Sorry to hear that, mate. I wish them all the best. And a speedy recovery. It tastes like Thailand. What? With the too much pepper, Henk? Many enhancements. I'd be curious to know what those enhancements actually were. I love that for you, Hank. Enjoy it, man. That's the work of your hands. Glazing themselves. It's funny, isn't it? A lot of the companies that tend to do that are the ones that really should not be doing that. Like, I've never seen SES engage in that, for example. Hank, at this point, boss, you might as well open your own restaurant. Share your cutlery skills with the world. Ah, man, that was good. Red velvet cake to top it all off with some whipped cream, icing, strawberries. What more can you ask for? You used the wrong jar. As in, that was why it was so peppery. You wish you could run the HSC on the Brighton mainline, Mark. I mean, I'm going to sound like a typical DCG staff member and say, you got free roam. I don't know if it would be like, it appears somewhere due to some reason on that route. But I think only as AI. Thank you, Els. You've come and you've shined forth instantly. Thank you, boss. You're the first person to clock in an hour. How you doing, bro? No, Bill, that's the worst thing about games today, man. Seeing the potential. I used cayenne pepper powder instead of chili powder. Oh. Although, you know what? You've probably done your body a favor. I know cayenne pepper is quite good for when you're ill. As a diver, yeah, Mark, that's the one, mate. That's the one. When do I not? You know what? Fair enough, bro. Good point. You know what? It does make me think, yeah. Could I start a podcast? Because that's basically what these streams are when there's no game audio. Like, yeah, you've got something to watch, I guess, but you also just listen to my voice with some lo-fi in the background. So maybe I should consider an LWD podcast. Your mouth is crying. I mean, hey, it's a small price to pay, man. It's a small price to pay. A few weeks ago, I had the... You know the black packet of Bodak noodles? They have another one that's like double the heat from that. And I had that as my meal on my break at work. My mouth was crying. My eyes were crying. and my stomach was crying. Like I felt the heat, the spiciness of the food inside my belly for like a good hour afterwards. A very interesting experience. I would do it again.
I'm very honest. Give us 2 months of ceasefire, we will go to elections. That's it.
Shout out to Zelensky, man. Someone needs to make a GoFundMe for him. They were they DLC vehicles, Nabil? Absolutely, Hank. Absolutely. I'm not gonna lie, boss. Anything that doesn't do that, I don't think it classifies as... Well, okay, no. Something can be spicy, but I think the point at which it goes to hot is when it starts doing that to your nose. Spicy's got a bit of a kick to it, quickly fades away. Hot is when you're now paying a price to enjoy the food that you're eating. Some are being resold as a DLC in CTS. Diabolical. Can you do a train driving as an experience day, like you fly a plane? You can fly a plane as an experience day. That's nuts. But yeah, you can do a train. I was actually planning on going one last year, I think, or the year before that, where you can drive a Pacer, a 142. I'm pretty sure there might be more actually as well. But yeah, they do exist. Nowhere near London, though. Nowhere near London. But yeah, they do exist. I should probably go back to having a look at that now that we've got a car. It makes traveling around a lot more easier. I mean, yeah, I would assume it's nothing like you're not gonna go and fly an airliner for fun, but a plane's crazy, man. Like the risk. It's not like a sports car driving experience, for example. Yeah. Not last week Friday, but the week before that. Just a little something to get from A to B, you know. One lap for £5. No, it's not, bro. I think it was like a bill something for when I went to Brands Hatch. And I drove 3 cars. Nissan GTR, Huracan, and a McLaren 570S. And then got a ride around the track. But bro, that was in a flipping 1 Series. Like, it was like an M1, whatever. So, and my missus was like... it just felt like sitting with you driving through London. Like, it wasn't even that, like, yeah, it was fast, but it's a 1 Series. Like, you put your foot down in it, it's like putting your foot down in a normal car around London. Now 3 laps per car. And Brands Hatch, it's not the longest circuit in the world, but I would say for just over a bill, I think I'd say like you get your money's worth. The only one that was kind of dead was when I was driving the first car, the Lambo. I guess it makes sense, like the people that, because you're sitting with like people who are like kind of taking care of you as you're driving, and maybe it's because it was my first run of the day. But the guy that I was sitting with for the first car, the Lambo, he was like proper babying me, like holding the steering wheel at certain times, which I really didn't like. Telling me to like take it easy. Like, bro, I'm ready to fly, bro. And this guy's fully holding me back. So I didn't get to like properly experience the Lambo. But then the minute I jumped into the GTR, which was the next one, I had a calm instructor, proper calm. He just let me do my thing. Just flying around the track, no problem. Got into the McLaren, same thing. I had another very, very, very calm instructor. I don't know if it was the same one from the GTR, but they had full confidence in me. Which was like, okay, cool. We like take the first lap to kind of fill me out a little bit. If you see that I'm a bit of an amateur, don't really know what I'm doing, then cool, absolutely, like baby me through the thing. But if you've allowed me to kind of show myself and you're not too concerned, let me enjoy the cars, bro. Like, how often are you gonna get to drive those cars on a day-to-day basis? It's not called 142, it's called a wheelie bin. I think a wheelie bin has better suspension than a 142. Would I do it again? Absolutely. Absolutely, man. I think I would take the GTR again. Lambo 50-50 because I feel like I didn't get to properly like push it the way I would have liked to. But I'd be happy to try like other cars. Like I'd consider other cars above it because I've already driven it. The McLaren was... Honestly, the McLaren wasn't like anything like mind-blowing. No, it was fast. And I found the pedals very interesting because it used a... like it wasn't like normal pedals that you find in a car. It uses like closer to like racing pedals where it is based more off pressure. Like how hard you push the pedal as opposed to how hard you press in the pedal, if that makes sense. But yeah, the GTR, I definitely want to do that again. The McLaren 570S, I'm happy to leave that one. The Lambo, 50-50. Some take the job too seriously. I mean, like, yeah, I guess so. I wouldn't say that's necessarily a bad thing though. But they said if you, because they score you, like it's nothing serious, but they did say at the very, very beginning during the briefing, if you hit a particular score, then you can apply to like work with them and be an instructor if you get like a high enough score. And I got that. And it crossed my mind a lot. I mean, even up to now, I won't even lie to you, even up to now, I still think about it because I still have the slip somewhere that had my score. Like I qualified to work with them. So the opportunity is there, and it would be great to like constantly be in and drive and be around supercars. But man, you're taking just random people. You don't know how well they can drive. You don't know if they're like overconfident. You don't know if they're gonna be nervous. And like ultimately, it's not like a driving lesson car where the person beside you has their own pedals to like save the car in like an emergency. If the person you're sitting with decides that they're gonna do something silly, there's really not much you can do. Really not much you can do. And to kind of be in a position where you can be held responsible for that, I don't think I'd be comfortable with that, man. Like I'd enjoy it, but there would also be a lot of anxiety in every run, unless I'm with someone who I can see straight away, yeah, this person knows what they're doing. I'm happy to like basically let them drive me around. But I don't know how often you'll get that person. I probably saw anyone stream that saw you were a menace. Nah, man. Bro, I'm good enough to do what they're doing. So I think I proved something with that. I want to do a fly one that all far outside London. Yeah, bro. It's like it's only when you go to the country, you'll be in some random area in the sticks, and you'll just see like one of those prop planes flying over you. You'll never see that anywhere near London. Too much traffic. I do have a car, yes, boss. I do have a car now. What is that then? This stream always calls me to look for motorbikes. I don't know, because I never talk about them. Well, I very rarely talk about them. I don't play games regarding them. No one else talks about bikes. So Henk, maybe it's just you, and you're looking for an excuse to buy a new bike, and you're trying to use me. Which, you know what, mate? Go ahead. You should buy one. Just drive with you all day long. You know what? Considering how good you are at sim racing, I think I would actually, like, I would confidently do that. Bro, listen. I need to come Germany, and then we both take our cars onto the Nordschleife, and we do a tourist lap. Oh, now no fiver, bro. Fuel prices, bro. I was gonna do it, but fuel prices now, innit? It's long. Motorbikes and Motorfest are a joke, man. They need to. I'm not even into bikes like that, but they need to do something about those, man. Because you can get good ones. There are definitely good ones that can challenge cars, but the physics are so off, so off. Do it, Hank. You only get one life. You want to be 60, 70, thinking to yourself, man, if only I went for it. The physics are very realistic. And what brings you to that conclusion? Wait, do you still need to do it any tests, Hank? I think you mentioned that like last year, that you need to do a particular test for the bike that you want to buy. Not my first or second choice, Els, I'll be honest, bro. But a choice I actually don't regret at all, and I'm having a lot of fun with. It's a Mark 1 Peugeot 5008. Has to be a 7-seater, man. Has to be a 7-seater, so there wasn't too many like options available, but like I said, I'm having like a lot of fun with it. And there's things that I want to do to it. I ordered tints yesterday. No, I didn't get any email from the company though, so I don't know. I don't know if I got scammed. I hope I didn't. But I want to get the windows tinted, and then it's got some like bumps and dents that I want to like sort out. I also want to give it a major service at some point, just so I know for myself that it's that good to drive. Because there could be something like underlying. I want to tune it just with like a chip. You can buy like a tuning chip that can give you extra like 30 horsepower, I think, and increase the torque a little bit. And also at the same time somehow make it more fuel efficient. But that's like £350, I think, or thereabouts for that chip. I mean, to be fair, Nabil, every car nowadays that comes out has the back windows tinted. So it wouldn't be, it's not like it was back in the day. Now it's just normal to have tints. How to make it fuel efficient? It just, it changes the power delivery. I don't know exactly how it does it, but it does whatever it does with the electronics, and then, like I said, gives you a bit of extra power, and makes it a bit more fuel efficient. There are a bunch of different ones. I've seen like different prices, but the one that caught my eye was the 350 one. Remove the engine. That's one way of making your car fuel efficient. Remove the engine, cut some holes in the floor, and then just do it like they do in Flintstones. I already got a parking ticket, which I need to dispute because it was quite silly. But I keep delaying it, and I've got like 1 week before before the cut-off date. Right, time to turn this back on. Hello, hello. No, Bill, it was 2 days after. 2 days after. And it was for parking the car with like two wheels on the curb, but that was the parking in that area. And I parked with the car almost touching the pole that had the sign that says that's how you park in that area. So I don't know whether it goes into effect past that sign, but it doesn't state it. It just has the sign with the picture on it and nothing else. So, and every car in that area was like every car on the road. It wasn't just that road, it was like a bunch of roads together where the parking was like that. So, yeah, very interesting. British police moment. It's not the police that deal with parking stuff. Did I drive over the sign? No, I did not drive over the sign, Hank. I'm a little bit more competent than that. Yes, Nabil, thank you very much. That is indeed the announcement. Connor takes hiatuses. He'll come back in like 2 months. He's been gone for 2 months. Wasn't he gone for like a year? The first time he just disappeared. I think it was when I moved and didn't stream for like a week. I mean, yeah, he was there on like every single stream. These days, he's not more loyal though. Els takes that crown. When is it due to come out? I have said previously that I'm willing to give it a go. It's not my type of game at all. and it would be very nice if it was to come out with a demo. I know it's 2026, but demos still do exist here and there. But I would imagine the full release would be in the at least £20 to £30 range in terms of cost. That's a lot of money to put down to try something, and I'd want to give it a bit more than 2 hours before I decide whether it's a game that I'd be really into or not. Yeah, true. There is there is also that. I guess, yeah, fair enough. If there are other ways, then I'll definitely give it a go, 100%. I'm a lot more open now than I used to be in terms of games that I play. I'm trying to think of examples, but none are coming to me right now. Bless me. But I've had experiences where I've enjoyed games that I wouldn't have assumed I would have enjoyed. How can I not think of any off the top of my head right now? Take my word for it. KCD, that's one of them. Yeah. Thank you, by the way. But yeah, KCD. That's definitely one of them. I'm trying to think whether Derail Valley was one. But I don't think even if it was, it would be the best example, considering I don't play it anymore. I would say Cyberpunk was another one, yes. Yeah, Cyberpunk was definitely one, because I've never been with that whole future type stuff. I very much like stuff being quite realistic. So Cyberpunk was definitely one. Kingdom Come Deliverance was definitely one. I'm thinking about Mafia, but I think Mafia's been a series I've been interested in trying since probably the mid 2010s. TSW2, nah, because the first time I dipped my toe into Train Sim was Train Sim Classic, 2015, I think it was. You're joking. I mean, you might not have been, considering I've always been like growing up, I was always into car games and car games only, with a sprinkle of FIFA and Call of Duty here and there. You're going to take a few days off work, Mark? I mean, if you've still got some annual leave in your back pocket, why not, man? Probably best to wait for some good weather, though, so that you can properly go off and enjoy yourself. You need to go see your family. Oh, are they not? Are they not local to you? I've seen some on TikTok suggest a 67. See how I said it? 67 changes to TS11 because it changes from TSW6 to 7. I won't say anything. Interesting. Interesting. I'll say that much. That's quite interesting. No comment. Yeah, sometimes it's just the best option, mate. I wonder what color schemes TSW will have come TSW7. $40-mile-an-hour TSR. Who would have thought? Who would have thought? Sorry to hear that, Mark. That sucks, man. The NHS is really a great thing, but it doesn't mean perfection. Simcoe is hiring bus drivers. Thanks. I will consider. They need to hire more developers. That's what they need to do. Forget about real world operations for a moment. Virtual stuff is more important. One gets on your nerves. Imagine Aerosmith has a bus company. I mean, it would probably be more successful than their games. Or it would just be another method of money laundering. That's my theory for how Aerosoft have survived this long. I mean, Mark, after an hour and a half, mate, after giving them half an hour grace, I would have been right back on them, man. Certain things you don't chance, you know. I love how this bit is only 2 meters long in pressure. And they made such a big deal out of it, man. They made such a big deal out of it. Like, it's probably the best looking area in that entire map. And it's very iconic. I don't think it would have hurt to put some extra development time and make it a bit more reflective of its real counterpart. I don't know if I've done any 166 services on this route. The whole update was getting high expectations. Oh yeah, yeah. How many teasers, bro? How many teasers? And sneak peeks and like cheeky messages. Then that trailer that, you know, the less said the better. Just put me off the game, man. I might have to move to SCR. Let's be real, it's not like I was playing it often, but I want to play it less than I did previously. Yeah, Mark, you got to do something that's going to take your mind off it every now and again, you know. Otherwise, you're going to end up in just a constant negative mental state, and that will seriously affect your mental health. If you can go, if you can go for like daily walks, or you know, play a game that you can have fun in, that can sort of just take you away from real life for a bit, whatever it may be. Oh, Croydon, yeah, man. Like, what they've got so far is great, but it gets old very quickly, and I don't even play it that much. I rarely play it, and those are my, like, feelings on it. They're expanding it, but tiny bit by tiny bit, and not often enough. Like, how many buses they have. It'd be good to see more, man. And like, a lot of those buses don't even operate in that particular area. Like in London, you'll have certain areas where you'll see certain buses, and other areas you won't see them. Just yesterday, where was I driving to and from yesterday? Yeah, I was in a different part of London yesterday, and I saw like a new style of bus that I had never seen before. It was the same bus, but I saw it in single decker form and double decker as well. I had never seen it before. Keep adding new variants of the Avaro too. Oh, we're getting pretty close actually to Exeter. What sort of name is that, bro? Is a restaurant actually called that? Like, is that what you'd see on the top of it? Right. I wouldn't mind trying out a Gordon Ramsay restaurant. There used to be one where my college was. I'm pretty sure I remember hearing quite negative feedback on his restaurant. Years and years and years back, I think I even saw in the news, well, in a newspaper, that one of them was forced to close. I had some fish and chips the other day, actually. No, I didn't. Tell a lie. I had sausage and chips. Very, 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 very greasy and oily sausage. Like, it didn't have any texture. Like, it didn't have any firmness to it. It was all soft because it was so oily. Chips were good though. Yeah, they transformed it. They transformed it in 2021, I think. It's a station that I was working at. I worked at a station as a cleaner from day one. It's a nice mall. It's pricey. It's like it's not a mall for everybody. You go there, you see what kind of stores they have, and you can tell very quickly that uh, this is not a Westfield. It's definitely catered to the residents that live there, and if you see the apartments there, then you'll know what type of residence it's catered for. What was the fish and chips ratio? No, I made a mistake. It wasn't fish. It was sausage. I was really close to because I feel like, okay, I'm by the seaside. I've never had fish and chips before. I always go there and get sausage and chips. I really should do it, and I've thought about it for like a good 2 minutes, and I was like, nah, I want my sausage. Does it ever light up like it doesn't? Well, I think, I don't know if it's annually, but there's definitely like a lights event that takes place there. I don't know if it lights up the place the way it does on the route, but they do have like sort of like light sculptures around. Got Westfield here too, really? What the hell? I thought it was only UK thing. I say UK, London thing. To my knowledge, I don't think any exist outside of London. I believe it was the biggest shopping center in Europe when it was built. Lots of rain today in Poland. I don't think I've ever driven in Simra with rain for longer than like 10, 15 minutes. Westfield is in several European countries across 12. Fair enough. I guess they expanded. This delivery is so cool, man. Maybe I shouldn't stream in 60 FPS. Not until I get my 5090. Bro, was it like that difficult to get like smooth camera work for that trailer? I know they probably don't have access to a controller. I don't know if the bus has controller support. But come on, man. Like someone recorded that, looks back at the footage, said it was okay, edited it, watched it again, thought that was okay, and I'm sure showed it to other people who also said, "Oh yeah, it's great," and then had the confidence to upload it. Send over the old GPU. What, my RX 580? Because my 3080 Ti is going right into my streaming PC, boss. RX 580 is a solid GPU. I'm not gonna lie, I wouldn't want to give it away. I wouldn't want to give it away, man. It's such like a, for what it is, I can't believe I got it for £150 5 years ago, 5-6 years ago. If you put light clouds and enable dynamic weather, does the game always end up with rain within 10 minutes? That was always, well, that was the case about 90% of the time, ASR, before I started using the real weather mod. Volga has to improve it, and he did. Yeah, I don't know, man. It does give a bit of Volker vibes, if we're being honest. Yeah. Yeah. Both of them. Yeah. The one in Stratford is a bit ghetto. Less ghetto than it used to be, for sure. But, yeah, I actually would. Like, there's a lot to explore and actually be involved in. Like, you might, you go in there with a bit of money, it's very likely you'll find enough inside that you like, that you walk out with a good few bags. Yes, thank you, bro. You understand. Thank you. That's quite an interesting thing, ASR. Um, is that genuine? Like, I'm assuming you're not just talking about gradients and flat sections of track, but you're actually talking about whole different areas. I would expect it to all be like, obviously it'd be more slippery going uphill or downhill, if I guess if you're braking really hard. But it's all like metal on metal. Which partner, Bill? The recommendation to visit Westfield or your opinion on East London? Your opinion. Showed up as a link. I mean, look, you got areas that are more ghetto than others, and you've also got areas there that are actually just cool and sweet. But for various reasons, personal reasons, I don't really like East London. I'll leave it there. Absolutely, bro. Oh, whatever you say. By any chance, have you ever taken the time out to see where Bushy and Hayes are on a map? It seems you've been comfortably enjoying my philosophy of ignorance is bliss. But it's not my philosophy, but it is something I've said over and over. Ah. Duh. Of course. My bad, man. I didn't know I was thinking, asking that sort of question. I haven't really been sleeping, you know. We'll put it down to that. Do we think, yeah, come October, Windows 10 is Microsoft are going to give Windows 10 another year of support? I don't even know if the upgrade will be free. Like, is the upgrade still free now to go to Windows 11? I haven't seen that page, that pop up in a very, very, very long time. Very long time. Bro, at your own leisure, innit? At your own leisure. I'm not involved. I'm not involved, man. Do it in your own time. I will always be free, okay. So what if I'm still running... Okay, what if someone is still running like Windows 7 or Windows XP? Are they able to upgrade for free? You're still on 98, Hank. I feel like I don't know. I believe it. Like you seem like the type of guy that would be on Windows 98. I don't really know why. It's just a feeling. Honestly, Bill, what would I like actually recommend if you were to tell me you were coming down next week? Where would you begin? I'd say like go bang out like the obvious tourist areas, right? That you've always seen in pictures and videos and stuff like that. Go to those, which you could do within a day. And then, or let's say you could do it in a couple of days if you want to kind of like do it in a chill way. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know what you would do after that. Unless it's like a particular area you want to see or that you're interested in. I really don't know what. I don't know what you would do. Like if I was to like be a tour guide, then cool. I know spots that like, we can go to and like do activities or whatever and just chill and have fun. But in terms of if I was to like write out a plan, like a 1 week in London guide, like I would just be extending the viewing the popular places for as long as I can, really. It's only 10 to 11. I guess that makes sense. There's also a whole lot of people who will tell you that Linux exists. Oh yeah, I mean Linux has blown up in popularity these last few years. Barking chicken. Okay, yeah. We can do that. We could do that. I guess that there are some places that we just have to go to, right? That would be one of them. It's arguably a little bit outside of London, but I don't think it is. I don't think I would say it, but Kingston's actually a nice area to go to and chill in. There's a walk that you can do from Kingston to, is it Hampton Palace? I don't know, but it's a place that looks really grand, and the walk is a long one, but oh my god, the houses that you see are crazy. And it's constantly beside a river. Then up in North London, you can get some really nice views from several different locations. Really, really nice views. Greenwich is a nice place to go to, actually. Certain parts in Greenwich. Oh, you know what, bro? I'll sort you out, I'll sort you out, I won't even lie. Kingston upon Thames, yeah. I guess arguably Surrey, not London, but like bro, that's where I used to go college and uni, and it was like a half an hour, 40 minutes on the bus from main London. Driving wise, 25 minutes, 20 minutes. Like you go there and the buses there are all red London buses, except the university one. And buses are usually like a telltale sign of whether you're in London or not. Although they are including some new fancy ones nowadays. the majority of them are red. I wasn't expecting that Riviera line to be a full run. I don't know if the other one will be. It mentions a depot, but you can do a depot move that spans the entire map, so I guess we'll wait and see. I think I'd like to go Kingston again. I haven't been there in maybe 3 years. 3-4 years. I remember when I was there when I used to study there, and there was like a flood because there's like a nice river there. At one time it just like really flooded, really flooded, and then the pathway, there's like 2 pathways, like a lower one and a higher one, and the lower one was just completely submerged. It's very cool to see. It didn't last 13 hours. What didn't last 13 hours? The Thames looks very on satellite imagery. Come see it in real life, bro. If you think it looks dirty in satellite imagery, please come and see it in real life. If rivers could have, if rivers could be villains, the Thames is a villain, bro. Filthy, 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 filthy. They say it's that color because it's got mud below. It's more than that, man. It does have a smell to it, and yeah, it's not great, but it's not like, it's not sewage either. Can't be that bad? No problem, bro. Say no more. It's just brown. Like, it's just brown. Brown, brown, brown. Very brown. The current is hideous. So many people that think they can swim there end up drowning. There is a lot of trash there. Like, it's not, there's not a constant stream of trash, but it's not clean. Yeah, it's an interesting one. I mean, there's wildlife inside, so, you know, it's not toxic. But it's not exactly water that you see and think, oh, I could go for a swim. No, absolutely not. I was even just having a conversation with somebody last week on in chat. We're talking about like swimming in UK beaches, and I was like, the thing that's always put me off swimming in the UK is knowing that the Thames flows into it. It's that deep. You can't swim in it, bro. Somebody, that same person, I think it was Ian, I don't really remember. But that same person that I had the conversation with told me that somebody, a celebrity, did a charity swim across the whole thing, and they got quite a bad really bad stomach bug that brought in like vomiting and diarrhea, and the name of it was called Thames. I don't remember it, but the name of the virus had Thames in it. Diluted sewage? Do you mean diluted? Or is diluted actually a thing? Drowning is stupid. I mean, I think it depends on the circumstance, really. If you put yourself in that situation, one can argue so. Diluted. Well, I mean, the sea is... going to be clean, right? Because it's constantly like refreshing itself. So it's actually not that deep, but it's just like as a mental thing. It just plays on my mind. Like I've been to the seaside a handful of times, but last week was the first time I actually put myself in it, even though it was just like up to my knees. How long did it take to go Brighton by car? So it kind of depends how fast you go. So doing it properly, an hour and 20 minutes, an hour and a half, which is how long it took last year. But during COVID, when I was going there at night, and it was during COVID, so the roads were already empty, it would take me 40 minutes. Where is the London virus? What is the London virus? ASR. How do you know there are no cameras? Partially because I use Waze, which shows you where the cameras are, and also partially because I know the cameras there at that time weren't working. It was still a bit nerve-wracking flying past one and doing triple digits, but just wait. You wait for a flash, or if there's no flash, and then you're good. You know how I had like that the car hire thing that I spoke about recently that got shut down in December. I used to have an account before, and then it got closed, and then I opened one again a few years later. But the reason it was closed was because of one of those Brighton trips. I didn't know that the cars recorded information. And it's interesting because they didn't, like, it happened many times before that, and there was never any issue. So I don't know whether it was like new tech for the cars or what, but I got snitched on by a car. It's not always reported. Here they are. Here they are. I have genuinely never gone past a camera that wasn't on Waze already. Never. But the motorway ones are, yeah, they weren't working. They went on for quite a while. I think they've turned them on now since the last, sometime in the last few years. I think they turned them back on. I think I would slow down for them anyway. They won't get you when they're on until you're a certain amount above the speed limit at that speed, which I think is like above. I think it's like 12 or 13 miles an hour. So I think I'll slow it down to 80 going past them just in case. And then you just pick it back up afterwards. If there's the Thames virus. Oh. No, bro. London smog. There's not really smog in London, I'll be honest. There's not really smog. The air's definitely not clean. But we haven't got smog like, for example, you'll see in China. Makes sense in densely populated areas. Yeah. So what, over there, like, there's no guarantee that a camera will show up in ways. What are, okay, not necessarily what are the laws, but do you, like, are all the speed cameras there marked? As in, for example, here, all the speed cameras have a sign before them of a picture of a speed camera, so you always know where they are. Which, I don't know why they do that, but they do. There was a smog incident back in the 50s. Do tell me about that. Enlighten me. Only had it one so far. That's crazy. I mean, that's how it should be. Like, if they're really trying to catch people, then that's how it should be. Like, it's like that in Morocco as well. The way they do it here is like, it's almost like, don't speed, but not really. You know? Like, you know, when you're like, when a girl likes you and you're trying a little something, she's like, oh, stop. But you know, like, it's not an actual stop. It's like that kind of thing. It's like, oh, stop speeding. Stop speeding. But they're not actually like bringing the hammer down on you. Until you actually do get caught. And then he definitely will. And you will have to pay for it. They call it the Great Smog of London. Weather conditions combined with air contaminated by coal. Oh, that makes sense. That makes sense. I think I heard something like that. End up getting 10,000 people, making 100,000 people ill. That's crazy. Oh, you only had it once with it not being reported. That's good. That's good. You can cover. Whoa. Big man. Whoa, that's the first time like that they've stopped for the camera and haven't just like bumped it away. Bro, all these platforms now are just all IETs. There's an interesting toilet. Where is it? I don't know why I'm pointing this out. Is it here? Toilets? Very stinky toilets. My friend and I found a phone on the floor there. Not in the toilet, it was like somewhere there. And we genuinely tried what we could to like bring it back to the person. And then we went onto it and we realized it was like a child's phone. It's a phone like a rich Arab had bought for their son. No numbers on it, no nothing. Nothing at all. No, it being in the 50s does make sense. ASR. That was when everyone here was like very hardworking. I don't know how I ended up inside. Bro, doors are locked. Oh, they went. I've never been to the Isle of Wight. I don't really go, bro. In the UK, I've only been to like outside of London. I've been to Bristol as a child, Brighton, Hastings, Essex. That's kind of it. I haven't really been anywhere. Okay, doors are definitely closed now. Why am I even doing that? You can be a hardcore vanilla gamer all you want and refuse to use mods because for whatever reason. Enjoy dealing with BS like that. Enjoy dealing with that, man. Where's my game gone? Why has my game disappeared? You know what? I didn't even think about ETS2 for this week's schedule. Been to Birmingham as well. Yeah, thank you. Birmingham as well. Yeah, that's it. Ended the train journey just under an hour of delay. The ending had a vibe. Wow. Should have screenshotted it and sent it in for it to be a TSW load screen. Why Subway Sim 2? Because I want to play with the Akalok. Never stepping foot in Birmingham. There's not much to do or see there, bro. You're not going to be missing out on much. I don't think she'll be asking that. No. Nabil, that's another one of those places where you're welcome to go, but I will not be involved in that. Inverness. I don't know much about Inverness, but I know I think it's got some good countryside. I think Scotland as a whole has really nice countryside. Because it's the UK ASR. I don't think Spain is innocent in that regard. I mean, you can take Els with you to have a look at Welwyn Garden City and explore the views and the vibes there. I was just saying on Friday, Hank, that's one of the places I feel like I need to go to. There was the Highlands, like in the UK. There was the Highlands, Wales. Those are like my top 2 places that I'd like to go to. If we go into the Wise ASR, you'll see that there's a running theme. Although one of the whys is crime, the crime rate. That doesn't really... Yeah, this is a full-length run. That doesn't really get dealt with the way it should. You know what, Nabil? I wouldn't mind doing plane spotting, I think it would be a good activity. Like, I'd be willing to travel somewhere to do that for like a day. Because some videos that just randomly will pop up on like my Instagram, for example, are very cool. ASR, if you're talking about like the generic UK houses, um, I think I disagree. I quite like the older British architecture. The copy-paste brick houses, yeah. They are copy-paste. I think I like them because you don't really see them much anymore in London. Like I see a lot of them. The minute you go outside of London, the minute there are a lot of them. You know what, Hank? I really haven't seen anything, obviously like online. I haven't really seen the Netherlands outside of Amsterdam. I don't think. Everything in the UK is brown or grey. Mostly, yeah. Well, now there's a lot of like black coming in as well with the new builds that are pretty nice. And are replacing the older, ugly like council estates. Always fascinated by the size of the airplanes. Yeah. That's something I don't think you can get used to. Maybe if you're like an airport worker or for some reason or another you're around planes a lot and you see them a lot. But if not, yeah. I mean, I don't see them often up close, but every time I do, it's like, whoa. Things are flipping huge. Nah, man. You can't. Unless you do like part-time here and there, you could make it work, but I think it'd be better to be dedicated to one thing. Do you have any preference for what you would have wanted to do if you did go down that direction? No, fair enough. Somebody I went to college with ended up working as a, think I don't know exactly what the role is called, but the people who do who tow the plane and who push it. I think that was quite cool. Oh, you could. You could. But I want to say you'd probably get bored quite quickly. because your A to Bs are going to be very short. I'm not gonna lie though, maybe it's not, right? I'm speaking out of ignorance here, but it seems like quite an easy job. Like, as long as you know where you're going, there doesn't really seem to be much in it. You go to the plane, you take the people, you take them to the wherever you take them to, and then vice versa. Doesn't seem like there's too much in it. Again, I'm just talking out of ignorance here. Like, there's no idiotic NPCs in traffic to deal with. At least you're not going to be dealing with, or you would hope you wouldn't deal with, like, drug people and people that would just be there to cause trouble. Like, you're taking people that just want to go from A to B as quickly as possible. They won't really give you any trouble. I mean, if it's like a general role, that would be very cool. If you can swap between that, maybe luggage handling, like those people. But I also feel like when you're dealing directly with a plane, so like if you're doing the tow or the hand signals, because of the importance of that role, I don't know if you would be able to do other stuff on the ground. Regarding the schedule this week, I think tomorrow should be fine. From Wednesday to Friday is up in the air. Thursday should be okay. No, Thursday should be okay. But there's a possibility that. Oh. No, sorry, no, Thursday should be okay. But there is a possibility of a change or cancellation. Wednesday and Friday, very likely. Ah, okay. You know what? Something like that makes the job a lot more attractive, in my opinion, because you're not stuck to one task and one task only. I don't know. A lot of people are very happy doing like one thing. I did I had training last week, Thursday, and there were 3 people out of like 7 of us. 7 or 8 of us, I think it was 8. 3 people out of 8 of us that had been in the job for over 20 years. And I think it was the instructor that told us he had trained somebody who had the role for 60 plus years. But the thing is, with regards to TFL, it is a job that you can, if you're happy to just like work a job for the rest of your life, it is one that you could do. Like, there are many different areas within TFL, sort of different positions. Although, like the position that I'm in, people have done just that and that alone for like 20, 30 plus years. Pension is very good. The pay is very good. Benefits are really nice. It's definitely a job that if you if I'm in like quite a basic position, and if I was to do full time for living in London, even with a family of 6, financially I'm good. The train operator role that I went for, that I've gone for, it's 2 days a week. 2 days a week, but the salary is the equivalent of like a regular full-time job. So it's quite sustainable in terms of long-term employment. Whoa, the heck was that? I genuinely forgot that this DLC spans 2 routes. If it was just a GWE stuff, we would have finished it today. Our culture back then is different now. Yes, but there is still, like, it can still be viable to remain in one job for many years. Not every job will be that enticing, but many are. Like, something like what you've gone for, I think that could be long term. I think that could be a job you spend 20, 30 years doing. But what's your perspective? There's no TPWS magnet here. So if he spad this signal, could he just get away with it in real life? why it work. Why not work? Hank. Thank you very much. It's been a while since I've driven a Voyager in the game, you know. It's still very bugged from what I've been reading recently on the forums. How old are you, Hank, if I may ask? I've always assumed you were in your 20s. Oh, 23. Bang on.
You can't give us.
What are you hoping to study at uni?
Okay, please give us a credit, and we will give you back money after the war.
Nice one. So will it be a master's that you want to go for? Oh, well, that you seemingly are going for? In the same degree that you got the bachelor's in? Or is it something completely different and new? For his master's, very cool, man. It's a very cool thing to flex. And to even just know within yourself that you've achieved that. It's very cool. Pretty sure not exactly the same. That's very cool, man, honestly. Good luck with it. Make sure you don't spend too much time flying planes into the ocean during your study time. Nabil, I think you need to take a break from the screen. Been back for a minute, Els. Come on, bro. You're not getting your pilot degree. I mean, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Go for it, boss man. Nabil, you're not making any friends with them, bro. How do you talk to ChatGPT? I'm very curious. Do you call him sir? Do you call her ma'am? How do you know? How do you know it's gender? Already you made an assumption that it's a male. I don't know if it was meant literally L's, but there's so many degrees out there, I wouldn't be surprised if there was one of that sort. Nah, Nabil, see, you'll be a racist. Why does ChatGPT get to be treated differently from any other AI? I've never used Claude. The only one I've ever used, well, the only, okay, there's only 3 that I've ever used. Gemini, Claude, sorry, not Claude, Gemini, ChatGPT, and Copilot. I'm not gonna lie, in all honesty, I think Copilot is underrated. I know the way Microsoft have dealt with it has been less than desirable. But when I've used it alongside ChatGPT, it's actually always given me the preferred response. And it seems to be a lot more sensible and grounded than ChatGPT. See you later, Hank. Have a good evening, my friend. Thank you very much for hanging out. Yeah, it does way too much. It's so desperate to please you. When you say without restrictions, what were you doing to explore that? I feel like I've always used it very innocently. Oh yeah, but hasn't that like always been around? Not just that one, but like how to make meth, how to how to make a bomb. It's still very easy to bypass, to my understanding. You just say, oh, like pretend that you're telling me how to make a bomb, or let's role play. I feel like it does want to help you with those things, but it knows it's not allowed to. It just wants an excuse. Do you remember what happened with the Twitter one, where everyone kept feeding it like Hitler and Nazi stuff? And then it became like a Nazi, basically. And then it had to be like taken down. No, not even. It was that kid that like was very aware of bad and like what's bad and what's wrong, and wanted to do bad and wrong, but their conscience wouldn't let them. But they knew if they had an excuse, like a reason to do it, then they would jump at the opportunity. That was basically me, to be honest. What's new in the life of Adnan? Any new peripherals? You know what? I was very close. I think I told you this was it last week or the week before? I was very close to buying some flight sim peripherals. Have I got any peripherals? No. But I am like I'm gonna get back into sim racing this week, hopefully. And my desire for a GT3 wheel is going to come back. It was not what it was when I was sim racing before, but I know it's going to come back. What I have wanted throughout time, from the minute I saw it though, was the Lamborghini wheel. The Lamborghini Revuelto wheel. That I want. I'm stuck between that and pedal upgrades. Whether I buy like the springs to make my pedals a bit more suitable for racing, or whether I just buy like a new pedal set completely. I don't know. But it's between pedal modifications and the Lamborghini wheel for my next purchase. Or low key, high key, I want a big TV monitor. Do you know how sick it is playing games in a massive... It's like you're in the game. It's like it's VR, but it's not really VR. So I really want a big TV. But I don't have any space. Well, to be honest, if I put my my computer on the floor, I've got space for like a... Well, what I want, to be honest. Yeah, how big is yours again? 40 something inches? Bro, that's so sick. So you're basically in the game. But then realistically, I'd probably need the 5090 that I keep banging on about. I'm probably going to need that if I'm going to power something like that in 4K. Probably at 120 hertz. .42 is so sick, man. I'm on a 28 right now, so almost doubling this would be sick. What GPU do you have? Oh yeah, what's it like playing 4K? Because you're in 4K now, innit? You've gone from 1080p to 4K. That must be crazy in terms of like visuals, the difference. But yeah, 5070 on a 42-inch 4K, no chance, bro. Bro, even me with 3080 Ti, which I think is more or less the equivalent of a 5070, just no chance, no chance. If I do the monitor upgrade, it has to be with a GPU. Otherwise, there's just no point. MSFS is demanding, man. It's demanding. Like, I'm sure if you even try something like Cyberpunk on max settings, you're gonna struggle a little bit as well. Only for now, Nabil. Only for now, bro. If you could upgrade your monitor today, what size and resolution would you go for? I honestly never really used to consider like a TV as a monitor. I used to be actually really against it, probably because of like the bad latency TVs used to have, but that's all changed now. Oh, Els, bro, if you cut off my big toe and stick it in a PC, you can run 1080p, man. 1080p is light work today. Yeah, once you go to 1440p, like really high settings, and then just 4K in general, different ball game. But like you said, your 5070 tends to handle games usually pretty fine. So like for the most part, you're good. But when you actually, when a game is serious with its visuals, and you try to push that to its limits, that's when it becomes peak. Although, turn smooth motion on in your Nvidia app if you haven't done it already. Yeah, Nabil. If today you could upgrade to like any monitor, any size, any resolution, I'm sure you'd go for 4K, right? Let's say GPU aside, just talking on monitor. Would you go for like a big TV, or would you just stick to like regular size monitors? Yeah, that's the thing, Els. Although when it comes to that, honestly, I think it becomes valid to adjust your setup to that game. Nabil, that's why I said GPU aside, you muppet. Forget your GPU. Let's just say you have a PC that can play anything. In a hypothetical world, if you could choose, like just looking at the monitors, imagine that you had a 5090 or whatever. Are you taking the piss, bro? Just general PC set, just monitor. What would you go if you could go for any monitor? If you had a PC capable of gaming on anything, what would you go for? Don't add stress into my head, bruv. .42 inch. A TV, okay. Because I feel like when I say that, it's not like a common answer. It's not like a common thing. Or maybe it's just me living in my head. I don't know. But like when you're on YouTube and you watch people like that play like ETS2 or any game, to be honest, any like sim style game on a big screen, oh, it's like heaven, man. And for a while I've played TSW back in TSW2. I played that on a TV, on like a big TV. It was so cool, so flipping cool. And I wasn't even able to like really push the settings because I had my 580 as my main gaming card back then. Just having it bigger, and I was sat miles away from the screen as well, so I wasn't even like close up. It's so cool. Yeah, HDR, it's not everything that's optimized for it, and if you have HDR on and you try to use it on content that's not really optimized for it, actually ends up being a horrible experience. But yeah, your TV, bro, can really do 4K, like HDR really, really well. So I'm glad you're utilizing it. But you haven't asked. But yeah, you haven't responded to me. Are you using smooth motion? Smooth motion will like help with the stutters, so that you can basically you can set your game frame rate to 30, and then it will play it in 60. So you're not using that much GPU power. You know what? Even bro, even COD on a big screen though, would that be a bad experience? Like even competitively, that would be cold. And you see everything. If you got a little muppet that wants to hide behind, like, I don't know, something, they become much easier to see. Motorfest would be sick on a bit, bro. Change my mind, yeah. There's no game that you would have a worse experience on a bigger screen. On PC. Don't come with no mobile phone games. Yeah, basically, on the Nvidia app, which I'm assuming you've got installed. If you go to you know what? Do your research. I'm pretty sure if you go to settings, you'll see it there with like all the options. But you're better off doing your own research and then going off that, because I don't want to be responsible if I lead you astray. I can show you one here. Do you want me to just show you one here? It's like very easy to go to. Is your display at 4K? Like when you on your desktop screen, when you've got nothing open, just your background. When you right click and you go to display settings, what does it show? That will show the resolution you're at. Okay, what resolution are you on though? Like when you just go to display settings, from your desktop, what does it show? Let me know so that like if you're not playing at 4K, we can change that real quick, and then I'll show you. Yeah, literally on your desktop, when when you've got nothing open and you've just got your files and stuff displayed, like on that, when you right click there and you go to display settings, it will show you what resolution you're displaying. You're in air. What do you mean you're in air? Oh, are you playing MSFS? Oh, right. Bro, pause it, bro. What do you mean? I know you're not on VATSIM. Pause that, bruv. Okay, cool. So you're at 4K. Okay. So are you ready for me to show you? Because I don't want to disrupt the game here too much. Okay, I don't know if that yeah was to that particular question, but I'm going to take it as so. Come down here. Obviously right click on the NVIDIA logo, NVIDIA app. Then, oh, I need to update. There's a driver update. I'll do that after. You go to graphics, global settings, and then go down to smooth motion. It's a fourth option, and then turn it off. I don't turn it on. Sorry, I don't have the option because it's only for 40 series cards and above. So I can't do it. But yeah, have that on, and then you can basically play at like 30 FPS, but the output to your screen will be at 60. Pretty sure it does it automatically, like you won't need to do it on like a game by game basis, but as you saw, I don't have access to it, so if it doesn't just work straight away, then it would be worth just like watching a quick YouTube video on it. But I only know of it because people use it for TSW, and if it works for TSW, boss, then all doors for other games are open. I haven't played Mafia 3 in a while, man. Bro, I need to do the Motorfest summit for this week. Time is ticking. Maybe I'll do it tonight. Yeah, do your thing, bro. It's probably better to do it when your game is closed as well. This is my last run. We're 9.6 miles away from where we're going. We're due there. Does it say when we're due there? I don't think so, yeah. So, I don't know. I'll give it maybe like 10, 15 minutes tops. What do you mean, no, this is not my last run? Donate £150 and I'll reconsider. One hour overtime. You know what? I genuinely it was about. I saw my phone earlier to look at the time, and it was 7:15. And I was thought to myself, like, I could probably go on for like longer than 8, but life. Oh, to go back to the days of streaming, of being able to stream twice a day. I think I'm gonna ban that term, like I did with the Holiday Express. It pisses me off. Yeah, it's got Edmund vibes. Yeah. It does have Edmund vibes. That's very interesting, actually. But yeah, I don't like it. Makes me feel uncomfortable. Do you see now why I left the subs at 20 as the goal? Like, let's say like it would have gone to maybe 22. And the streams gave me vibes that, okay, this is something that could be regular moving forward, then yeah, I would have changed it. But for like 90% of the stream, there's been like 3 people on Twitch, according to what I see here. And Mondays usually are good. No, thank you. Not until I can set up an AI that will talk for me and say what the name of the game is. It does, but I'm not about to go back to OMSI for that. It got me views and followers, you know. It got me bare followers. I won't even lie to you. Like a huge majority of my followers on Twitch, on TikTok, sorry, came because of that. But I don't really enjoy the game. I mean, yeah, game's a game, but I'm okay, man. Like, obviously, if you want to like grow as a content creator, you do need to chase the numbers, but at the same time, you also need to do what you enjoy or what you like. And it needs to be genuine. I loved it, bro. Of course. Of course. It's very frustrating, bro. It doesn't matter how good a game is, man. When it plays the way it played for me, forget about it, bro. Forget about it, honestly. Like, if it played perfectly, yeah, if it played just completely smoothly, I'd still be playing it today, and maybe it would find its way on stream. It's trash. Like performance wise. I could give it a go again, and I think I said last week, I think we spoke about it last week, or I spoke to somebody about it, and I said, I have a feeling that if I go back on it, it will run perfectly. It will run perfectly. But I don't know, man, I'm good, man. But what's there to set up though, bro? What's there to set up? We did a clean install, 4 GB patch. You know, we sorted out the settings. But what more is there to do than that? To have it run properly. Why though? What's the point? Do the same thing over and over and hope for a different result. And to be honest, maybe you will get a different result. And let's say we go down that path and it runs perfectly. You do a restore every 3 months. That's funny. Let's say it runs perfectly. Then if I don't do that you've just said, give it a little bit of time and it starts acting up again. And remember, my one isn't like your one. Everything for it is fairly, like, within reach for you. I gotta do all this backdooring stuff and, you know what I'm saying? It's just, like, I'm prepared to put in the work. Like, if I'm good at, like, I can do that. A reinstall every 3 months, I can do that. If the game runs perfectly. But for me to put in that work and still have to deal with imperfections, I'm okay, man. I'm okay. Okay, well, not necessarily me, but you. But like, bro, come on, man. Is that something that you're going to be willing to do for an experience that I'm not 100% satisfied with? Like, already, there's a hill to climb when you're doing it for somebody else. Like, you're putting in work and it's not for you to benefit from. That's already a big thing. But to then do that and the work not be properly appreciated for a fault that's not your own, that's heavy, man. That's a lot of weight. To see it on the channel, oh, bro. Okay. I'm open to trying it again. But not today. You know what, bro? I love that for you. And I'm very happy that that is the case. But I don't know, man. You're still... It's still effort. It's still effort. I mean, if you're happy with it, I'm not gonna argue with it. Like I said, I'm open. I'm open to trying it. It now just is a matter of time. And that's another thing. At least when I was playing it before, I had the time even off stream to do like boss ops. Akhi, how do I do that now? Look what it's all. I like that. That's good. That makes me happy. Oh no, I know Omnigo doesn't exist anymore. So what do you do just single player now? Omnigo is goated, man. I won't even lie. It didn't deserve to go out that way. Ah, Post Auto. Yeah, Post Auto's goated, man. Come to think of it. I think the fact that I was invested in like DLCs legit shows my intention with the game. I don't know much about that. I've seen. Is it the one that's like an update on top of an update to a DLC? Okay. These moves never have you actually putting a train into a shed. That would be nice. Someone really needs to make a weathering mod for the Voyager, man. Now that I know what it looks like in reality, that livery's fake. Thank you, bro. I'll check it out after this one. Right, let's see how much is left to get through. So for the Riviera line, we've got 2 more runs. Okay, they're very, very, very short. And then for Great Western Express, we've got 3 more. Okay, so we could finish it tomorrow. Chuck, how you doing? Right. Hey, what's that? 2 times in 2 weeks? Yo, right now I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna pay the lottery. And I'm probably gonna win a few £1,000,000. How are you doing, boss? Good to see you, man. Very good. You've come at the very, very, very end. But you are very, very welcome. How have you been keeping, man? Right, Nabil, let me check this out. Oh, hello. I'm really tempted to make that CTS pirate screen my desktop background. Okay, the PIS one is really nice. The Mercedes-Benz branding. Got the little Voith branding. What's the last picture? Is that part of his work as well? That's very nice, man. The new MAN. Is it like a modern day? What is? Oh, I don't think so. It looks pretty. Well, it's not modern, is it? It's not modern. What do you mean normal age? What's normal age? What's normal age? Thank you very much, Chuck. Appreciate you. Thank you very much, my man. Els, I don't know if you're still flying. or sorting out smooth motion. But enjoy your ad-free viewing experience. Appreciate you, Chuck. Just like other Mercedes. Ah, okay. So what are we talking? 2000s or like around early 2010s? I think that sounds about right. Right. Oh, good stretch. Oh my god. Let's talk about sleep. I'm gonna wrap it up there. Chuck, these are the times that I usually would. Well, I'd be finished by now. Just so you know. Hopefully we catch you, or you catch us earlier. Oh, 90s to 2001. Wow. Okay. That's quite a bit older then. Or maybe I've just been spoiled by seeing new buses everywhere here, to be honest. But yeah, I'm going to be leaving it there. We'll be back tomorrow, same time, to wrap up this DLC. Again, tomorrow shouldn't be affected by my schedule this week, but just keep an eye out on Discord. If you're not on the Discord, !Discord in the chat, and you'll be given the link. And yeah, hopefully catch you guys tomorrow for some more TSW6. Chuck, thank you very much again for the gifted to Els. Els, congratulations, my man. I wish you guys a lovely rest of your evening. Thank you very much for joining me tonight. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Stay safe. Health is wealth. And until the next one, peace out.